And Jim Bobs is going on the mediums. Does anybody know what the weather is for this? Please let us know. As Riki's coming out with the pets. Hey. Now, can you shout at Apex in Discord and say, if my audio is too loud, just ping me. Because I cannot hear a thing.
Like game audio?
Yeah. I don't know why, but game audio
Right.
doesn't work.
No.
And Sam Drives was the first spinner of the session.
We had a random person join there,
Yeah.
by the gamer tag of S-Skill. I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, they left. Sam Drives the first spinner as his teammate F5 Kramer is in pit lane. And Apex is on an outlap, so that'll be interesting to watch.
Actually, I might as well just check your audio while I'm here.
Yeah.
Easier than getting
Yeah.
Apex to do it.
Yeah. Tell me when you're on it, and then I'll go also onto an onboard and you speak.
Alright, I've got your stream unmuted.
Okay. This is the wonderful NS Apex, everyone. Just to let you know. King of spins, but King of wins as well.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Oh, good. Who's gonna be first? It is gonna be Riki, I believe. Oh, no, it's gonna be either Sam Drives or Riki. They're both battling. But we get both of them in one shot, so how amazing is that?
That is amazing indeed.
Yeah, we have about 4 drivers within a mile. And someone spun. It's an Alpha Tower.
Someone spun. It's an alpha.
It is SAS.
Oh no. Oh dear.
Oh, what's happening?
Just absolutely destroying the Aramco sponsor barriers there on the side of the track. Oh dear.
Oh no, Weepy has binned it and lost its front wing coming out of Radian or Prix. It's one of the two.
Lead
And
car.
F1 Scott has left.
We've had a disconnection. That's great.
Good start,
Still in
everyone.
the pits. That's fine. Great start.
And now, LS Apex has spun. In.
Oh dear.
King of spins, back at it again. But could become King of wins. Probably not if you keep spinning.
Another yellow. Yeah, probably not.
Oh, and Apex has lost it again.
Oh
no.
Apex.
And
Possibility that there's an AlphaTauri that's lost it again, I think, potentially.
that is by Yappa, number 53.
It's by Yappa. Oh dear,
Oh,
this is going very well.
Oh, and Apex is slow again. Sam Drive goes fastest though.
Riki didn't even set a lap.
Must have been, I don't know. But we'll watch the slow Wheat Peter with no front wing.
Current fastest lap then will be the Williams of Sam Drives with a 1 minute 44.1 set on that soft compound tyre. Does look like he's going for a second run.
That was close there from, sorry, but Wheatpia and whoever that, F5 Gramer, just got into a bit of a tangle nearly. Yeah, there's flags all over the place now.
It's an Aston Martin causing trouble again.
Is it Apex? Yes it is.
It's Apex. Oh dear.
Apex, come on.
Apex is not having the best start to this race.
No. And he's gonna go pit. I think that's probably best.
So currently we do have 4 laps on the board.
Make that 5.
Currently on provisional pole, 5 laps, correction. Provisional pole currently with Harrison M in the Red Bull 144.0. Again on those soft compound tyres. Still early days for the qualifying session. We have a lot more laps to come yet.
Absolutely.
Will Harrison stay on pole, or will he be beaten by one of the other drivers? It's very close so far between Ricky, Harrison and Sam Drives.
Yeah. Sam Drives just done fastest again, 5/10 quicker than Harrison. With his teammate Kramer going on a lap right now as we speak. How many yellow flags are we having?
Many.
Well, maybe. But SV Pixels is now on an outlap. I'll stay on board with Kramer in his Williams. Was in F1, got demoted to karting, but now he's back. And go 5th.
Alright, we're right aboard with Williams of Sam Drives for the last part of this lap here. He's going for his 3rd consecutive run on this set of soft tyres. Currently on provisional pole with a 143.5. Closest is Harrison M in 2nd with a 144.0.
Sass has just improved her lap, going about 2 seconds quicker, I believe.
She will be P6 currently with a 149.4. Jim Bobster there just moving out of the way of Sam Drives.
Yeah. There's a lot of yellow flags even when cars aren't there.
There is a lot of yellow flags.
Oh, this is the only time it will be a green flag. Oh, there's a yellow flag.
Coming
And another
into the bus stop chicane now, Sam Drives comes into the pits. He will abort the end of that lap.
And I'm going on board just as we speak with Pixels. He's going to just start his flying lap, his first of the session, on brand new soft tyres.
Right on board with. Oh, Kramer's retired.
Oh no. What's he done? Go on board with the AlphaTauri. Let us know.
Can we find him?
It's either going to be Sass or blah. It's going to be Sass that's closest.
Sass will come across him first, wherever he is. Somewhere around here. Oh, he's in the middle of the track.
Oh, that is very dangerous then.
His car is retired, but it's currently sat in the middle of the track there.
Yeah. And oh, there's a Haas. Slow. Here, no yellow flags though. So I'm not sure what happened. It was Rosenquist.
Just keeping out of the way of one of the Aston Martins there. Looks like it could be Pixels.
Oh, and there's a yellow flag for Apex.
Another yellow flag.
He has some side pod damage on his left hand side, I believe. Yes, left hand side pod damage. I don't know how he's managed that. Because we aren't on simulation, but...
We aren't on sim damage, so that shouldn't happen.
No.
Somehow it has.
Well, Happy New Year, everyone. This is what you get. So, 7 laps have been set. 6 drivers of them set, and that makes that 8 laps set now. As Pixels goes into 5th with 144.785. Still a 2nd and 2/10 off pole position of Sam, so I'm not really having competition apart from Blah as it stands.
There's quite a lot of time, I'd imagine, for Pixels to find in that lap as LS Apex now sticks it on pole with a 143.4. Just beating Sam Drives there
He'll be very
by
happy.
just under a 10th. Pixels turning into a bit of a rally car there, taking the sausage curbs. going airborne. You will invalidate that lap.
Oh, there's a yellow flag of an... no, it's not Slash, it's Blur. Where's Blur?
There's a McLaren out as well on an outlap.
There is a tyre
Be...
in the middle of the road where Gramer.
Oh dear.
So we'll go on board with Pixels if we get there in time. Just going to be around here. No, it's disappeared now. But he has invalidated his lap time, so...
Thunder Salika didn't even know he was in the lobby.
No.
Apparently he was.
Trying to find this tyre. Pixels goes into the pits. Right. Looking for this tyre. If anybody sees it, let me know. There it is.
I was going to say, I heard from both the McLaren drivers that they were planning to start at the back of the grid today, hoping to avoid some of the chaos at the start. However, F1 SV5, formerly Toxic Assassin, is currently on an outlap. We'll see what he has. The other McLaren has also just come out on an outlap there, Sojourn Impulse. Both coming out on those soft compound tyres. Thunder Salika is back.
Yeah, welcome back, Thunder. Just a bit of an update on that random tyre. It's only viewable in broadcast camera, so it could just be a glitch. We don't know what the drivers see.
Okay.
Bit random, but there's a tyre, so always going to be interesting. As Sass goes on a flying lap on 2 lap old soft tyres. Bit of an interesting strategy.
On board now with the McLaren of F1 SV5. Through Rouge he comes for the first time now. Currently with a purple first sector, it seems. It's just disappeared.
Oh, that's done. Just a temp slower than her current lap with 149.4, so...
You see there, F1 SV5 using all of the track there to try and gain time, running just a little bit wide at the left-hander.
And Sass is going to abandon that lap as there is a... Is that Riki? Yeah, Riki slow. Going into the hairpin. Not sure what happened to him, but he has invalidated his lap and now he is turning every corner he sees.
So, here we go. F1 SV5 for his first flying lap into the bus stop chicane now. Nice exit out of the bus stop chicane. We'll see what lap time he gets. And it'll be a P6 for him with 1:43.9.
What's happened here? Sass has had a bit of a spin. And with Jim Bob stuff.
Let's have a look.
Oh. Interesting pole. That's interesting, but we'll go.
There's a Haas backwards there.
Okay, I'm just going to be on board with Impulse, so we'll see that Haas in a minute or two. I bet it has gone moving, I believe, now.
He is back round, facing the right direction.
And Jim Bobster retired.
Jim Bobster retires, he's currently on provisional pole.
He has retired on track. So... The Impulse that I saw, I'm on board with him. He's at the quickest and purple sector too. As he comes round the bus stop chicane, we'll see what he can do. Can he match his teammate into 6th or higher? He will go into 2nd. 1,000th of a second lower than Jim.
Very nearly provisional pole on his first flying lap there for Sojourn Impulse. He will be very happy with that lap. Last time out at Monza he had an unfortunate retirement. losing a little bit of confidence coming into this race, but I imagine that will be quite a nice confidence booster for him as we finish this qualifying session out. Jim Bobster still currently on provisional pole.
Will Impulse have enough time to go in the pits, do you reckon?
Well, if the yellow flag disappears, I might be able to see how much time's left.
Yeah.
2 minutes 15, I think I just saw. Which means
Probably not then.
I doubt he won't have enough time left if he comes into the pits because he needs to change tyres
Yeah.
or get more fuel. He won't have enough time to pit and do an outlap before the session ends.
An Apex has spun on his outlap. I assume Pixels is trying to give him a slipstream for his lap, but Apex has spun. And Pixels will carry on with his lap, so we'll go on board with him.
Let's see, who do we have on a lap currently? Sam Drives coming into sector 2 now. Taken off those medium compound tyres, put on the soft compound to see if he can improve. Currently sitting in P4 with a 143.5. Provisional pole currently at 143.3.
Pixel stays 10th.
Very wide there for Sam Drives, almost clipping the wall. Wide again at the left-hander.
Yes, Pixels is giving Apex a slipstream. He will give it on a back straight. He has been slow at turn 1, and now he has moved off as Apex has arrived.
This is interesting. Some team tactics going on here from the Aston Martins, trying to get Apex that pole position. Sam Drives into the wall now. Unfortunate for him, as he did look to be on quite a good lap there.
Here we go.
Just coming into sector 3, he loses the rear end of the car.
Pixels lets Apex go. Apex goes a fresh track ahead of him with an Alpha Tauri as Pixels is crashed right behind him. But he is resuming.
A little bit of a slide there from Apex as he comes into that corner. That's going to lose him some time.
Yeah, flag sector 3, I believe that is a car just being slow. Rosenquist has just gone on that, so I'll go on board with him. This is his one and only chance to get off P15.
As the session ends now, it will be final laps from everybody that is currently on one. Nobody else can start a lap at this time. Still, provisional pole is Jim Bobster with a 143.3.
We'll see what Apex can do though, as we
We'll see
around the
what this lap will hold from Apex. It's not going to do it. He's at a 135 already, 137. Might get it.
Scrape it.
143.4. Just slower than his personal best. He stays third. Impulse appears to be staying in second place with Jim Bobster on provisional pole. Who else is out on a lap that could possibly deny him?
Sam.
Riki Racer.
Yeah, Riki could.
Gapper is invalidated that last lap. Thunder Salika on a lap.
He joined late and is already in P10 in front of Pixels. So Pixels again have been P10 qualifying basically. We could go down
now
to
through bus stop chicane. P7 for him currently. Where will he go? Up to P5. Just behind Sam Drives with a 143.6. Salika now going third.
Rosenquist just gone around the bus stop chicane. He is on 15th. He will go into 12th. So just Sam Drives, Thunder Salika, who has a qualifying glitch.
He may have a qualifying glitch, it seems, as he did just complete a lap after the session finished to put him into P3.
He is swerving,
Nobody
so
else
he
on a
is
lap
driving.
currently.
Flyap is in the
He's
pit, so
slowing down now.
yeah, we may have to
Not going to
ping
be
him.
completing that lap.
So there's your final qualifying then. Thunder Sleeker, what set is that after? Lags? Right. That could be investigated after the race if he did sell it after the flags had dropped. To give him a race penalty instead of the qualifying penalty. But Jim Boston will get pole.
There we go, Thunder Salika's retired. So when the results pop up, we will just confirm that it is the Ferrari of Jim Bobster on pole, followed by the McLaren of Impulse, and Thunder Salika, the Alfa Romeo, in third, just beating LS Apex to that P3. To round out your top 5, it is Sam Drives in the Williams. Very close qualifying from the top 5, all within 2/10 of each other. This could be an interesting race, as I believe everyone...
Sass, this is her third race in a row. Could be a third DNF, making her the only driver ever in FVC with a 100% DNF record. Not an achievement you want, but an achievement's an achievement.
That is really not an achievement you would want. So, here we go then. Drivers starting their formation lap now.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot. Oh, and Rosenquist has already spinned it into the wall.
There is one of the Aston Martins going very wide there. Looks like one of the Aston Martins here is just making a move to overtake everyone on the formation lap.
That is probably Apex, to be honest.
Apex now into the lead of the formation lap.
Hey! Does he get a trophy for that?
I think we should give him a trophy.
What should it look like? Thunder Sleek has been
Thunder
disqualified.
Salika
And
and
Impulse.
Sojan Impulse disqualified.
So Apex could get into P2. Wow.
There's his teammate as well following behind. So it's the two Aston Martins out front currently. Just overtaking everyone.
That will be their only 1-2 of the season.
That'll probably be the only Aston Martin 1-2 of the season, which is unfortunate for them.
Gotta get it somewhere, and they found where they can get it. Oh, it's Pixels, something's happened to Pixels.
He's gone ghosted there. He's right off the track. Things returning to somewhat of their original order.
Yeah.
There is an apology there from POR Ben, racing today as Thunder Salika on his alternate account, saying apologies to the McLaren that I took out of the formation lap. So, coming into the third sector now for the formation lap, there's two cars sat on the grid waiting for the rest of them.
They must be having a fun time.
They must be having a lot of fun there, just sitting by themselves on the grid currently.
You reckon they're just staring at each other? Just twisted their heads and like, you alright?
Yeah, they're just going to be having a casual conversation.
The most
Starting
British
grid.
thing ever.
Here we
Anyway,
go then. The grid reforms now.
I will be at the back of the grid as usual, because my favourite. The McLaren's plan didn't work out though, did it? Just be at the back of the grid.
The McLaren plan to start at the back of the grid has not worked. We have one in P2 and one in P9. So,
but nobody would have expected that. I said Jim Bobster would get pole, but that is something else. As I've got a very zoomed out.
here we go then. The lights come on. 5 lights.
There we
go, lights out, and away we go for the start of this Belgian Grand Prix. It's the Ferrari of Jim Bobster getting away very well. Sam Drives also with a decent start. Jim Bobster leading into turn 1.
Pixels has had a bit of contact with someone here at the back. And
Been a bit of an incident there. Thunder Salika moving places as well, going down. Rosenquist going down.
And Harrison's been spun out and lost his front wing. And Weekly gets a 5-second time penalty for corner cutting.
Corner cutting gained 1 place, so it's only just begun. Its places, penalties given already. Wow. So, Jim Bobster leads. Impulse hanging on to second there. LS Apex up into third. Sam drives up into third now.
Oh, Pixel's going all off the track to overtake Rosenquist there. But he does make move stick.
LS Apex now looking to be almost under threat from the Red Bull of Weepier Bag behind. Not close enough to worry about a move just yet. Sam drives, spins
Oh,
into the wall.
Oh, Sass's one ride and hit a bollard and lost a couple of positions. And what has happened to Sam Drive? Because I weren't paying attention.
Sam drives just getting caught on one of those curbs there. Just the car spinning round into the wall. Has he got wing damage? It looks like he may have avoided it.
Yeah, not that I can see, but Innocent's just overtaken Rosenquist, and I saw Thunder Salika and the other one and the other rookie having a very big battle with a Red Bull Reapier in fourth.
Into the pits, 2 people into the pits, 3. Both Williams and Rosenquist into the pits on the first lap.
Salika pushing Weepier out there. Weepier stayed in front. Is he going to make that move? No, he is not. We have a 5-car battle here. All the way for P4.
There's a Red Bull into the wall. Weepier Bag.
Weepier dead.
Losing it, Alpo Rouge going into the wall
that
there.
That is. Oh, and Sass has lost their front wing in a similar incident. But that is a virtual safety car only.
We're under a virtual safety car now instead of a full safety car. So, if we look at the positions, Jim Bobster still leads. About 1.5 seconds from the McLaren of Impulse in second place. LS Apex in third. Second McLaren F1 SV5 in P4. Riki Racer in P5. If we have a look at the position change off the start, we see currently leading is F1 Scott, up 7 positions from his grid start, currently running in P8. Followed closely by the Alfa Romeo of TSQ Innocent in P10, currently up 6 positions from the start. Only retirement currently being Weepier Bag in the Red Bull. Unfortunate for him to be retiring so early in the race.
I think he just didn't lift off. He was in a 5-way battle with Rikia, Assassin, Blayapa and Thunder Salika. Thunder Salika gets a drive-through penalty for speeding, and then Weepier just didn't want to lift off. And
there we go. As the VSC ends, race control has enabled DRS now. Thunder Salika into the pits, presumably to serve that drive-through penalty that he just got. I don't see him changing tyres, so it looks like it is just serving the drive-through for now, which is good to get rid of that.
Yeah, Pixels has run wide, coming out of turn 1 and now being hunted by Innocent in the Alfa Romeo.
Here we go. Riki Racer now looking for a move on F1 SV5. Down the inside, pushing the McLaren very wide there. He is past. They'll bash wheels. Coming into the downhill right-hander. F1 SV5 is back ahead of Riki Racer in the Alpine.
Pixels and
SV5
Innocent.
into the wall.
What's happening here?
Getting nudged a little bit by the Alpine there. Both running very wide. Riki Racer back ahead now. Harrison Evans' second Red Bull is also retired.
Pixel's been overtaken by Innocent. Pixel's using off the track limits to try and stay in front, but Innocent had a better acceleration boost and is now 6/10 in front.
So then the McLaren of F1 SV5 still quite close on the back of Ricky Racer. La Yappa on the back of the McLaren though, presumably looking for a way past as well. Into the bus stop they go.
Oh, everybody getting past this lap.
LS Apex just steals the fastest lap there from Jim Bobster.
And Pixels is going to be right on the back of Innocent for the back straight to try and get a move.
A yellow flag in sector 3. It's Rosenquist and Sass by the looks.
None of them have lost any wing, I believe.
That's good to see. How are we doing? Here we go then, Apex. Quite close onto the back of the McLaren of Sojin Impulse right now. Very close indeed.
Rosenquist is pit.
Rosenquist comes into the pits. He's already on those hard compound tyres.
Oh, Pixel's running very wide there, cutting the corner, I would say. Trying to stay in front, but Innocent gets back ahead.
A lot of battles going on here. LS Apex just lost a little bit of time to the McLaren in front. Not quite close enough to look at a move yet.
And Harrison has left the session. Red Bull's down in 16th and 15th, both out of the session.
Very
not what you would
unfortunate
expect.
day for the Red Bulls.
Will blow Yappa very close to Toxic Assassin now. Could potentially go into a dive bomb into bus stop chicane. He has a look and he is going to attempt it, but won't make it stick.
We ride on board with Blyappa for just a little while now. Very close, as we just said, to the back of F1 SV5. Not the best exit coming out of bus stop there, lost a little bit of time. F1 SV5 also chasing down Riki Racer. They had quite a close battle just a lap or so ago.
Impulse is going to have DRS here on Jim Bobster. Jim Bobster swerving around trying to break that slipstream, but Impulse still able to close up about 2 tenths.
Impulse now getting very close to Jim Bobster in front, the closest anyone's been all race. Will he look for an overtake at the next DRS point?
Apex
Jim Bobster
must be
just touches
loving
the
this.
wall.
Apex must be loving this, but he probably isn't. He is going to try. No. Going to have a look on the inside? No. Going to look on the outside? No. He will stay behind into P3.
Apex just can't find a way past. All three of these cars scrapping away now as we are on lap 5 of 22.
Right.
Some very close battles indeed so far.
Impulse has lost time then to Jim Bobster, which will allow Apex to slightly close up. He is close enough, all of them, to have a dive bomb on Jim Bobster. Apex is going to go on a move for Impulse. And they're going to make a little bit of contact. Still contact coming out at the end, brakes on fire, and Jim Bobster pits.
Jim Bobster there, coming into the pits quite early looking for a possible undercut. There is a yellow flag for F5 Kramer by the looks, as I think Apex and Impulse come together once again.
Yeah, Apex just let past Impulse then, so he can have DRS going round this back straight. And he does get it.
DRS flap open for the Aston Martin as he's getting closer and closer to the McLaren in front. He's going to look for somewhere to make a move to try and get past again. F1 SV5 now up into P3, so first and third for the McLaren team currently, which is going to be a very good result for them. LS Apex almost pushing Impulse around the corner. So he's getting very close.
There's a yellow flag behind as Blah Yappa and Toxic Assassin are fighting as well for P3. As Jim Bobster gets past Pixels and F1 Scott gets past Freaky.
We are under another virtual safety car here. Just neutralise the race just a little bit. See if we can find out what's happened. It'll be
Sass.
Riki Racer.
Sass
Potentially.
lost their front wing.
Riki Racer also with no front wing on that Alpine.
Sass is coming to the pits here. No front wing, gonna go into the medium tyres.
So medium tyres for the AlphaTauri. Can she make them last to the end of this race? With virtual safety car assistance, it's possible. Rosenquist with a drive-through penalty for speeding under the VSC. He won't be very happy with that.
And Innocent has overtaken Riki and Jim Bobster. Also going for a move. Arnold, and that's... Oh.
There's massive contact there. Riki Racer trying to come into the pits. Jim Bobster and TSQ Innocent there colliding with the car. That will be investigated after the race.
That's on my stream if you need it.
That's on mine as well. So it looks like Riki Racer potentially in AI mode, trying to come into the pits.
Apex
Other cars
and
there
Impulse.
just colliding with him.
Apex and Impulse are very close again. This is going to be round, what, 3, 4, 5 for these?
Let's have a look. Apex got ahead of Impulse at some point that we haven't seen.
I think that could have been just after the virtual safety car.
That will probably been on the VSC restart. These two very close to each other, and they have been most of the race so far. Rosenquist now coming into the pits to serve that drive-through penalty.
Williams boys down in 9th and 10th after Sam Drives qualified P5, so not at the best, but his teammate has gone up 3 places.
It's quite an unfortunate start to the race for Sam Drives, qualified in a decent position. Impulse into the bus stop chicane, back past
Sass is
Apex.
retired.
Apex having massive oversteer coming out of the bus stop chicane as Impulse disappears into the distance almost. We're under a full safety car now.
So Sass has the unfortunate record now of the only driver in FVC history to have 100% DNF record.
It's very unfortunate for her. Currently her 3rd race and she's DNF'd in every one she's competed in, which is quite unfortunate. Couple of cars diving for the pits now.
Scott's gone on the hards. Rosenquist for a second time penalty, so he's not having a good race down in 13th.
Blah Yappa also on those hard compound tyres. Everyone else either mediums or softs, most people going on to mediums.
Blah Yappa and Scott are the only ones that have gone on to these hard tyres, so I'm not sure what they're expecting there.
So we have Impulse and Apex, the only two to stay out so far. Still on the soft compound tyres they started on. No pit stop for either of them yet. The only drivers yet to pit this race at any point. Presumably they will make use of this safety car to get a reduced pit stop loss. Although I would assume as these two are fighting it out, they will do whichever the other one doesn't do. If Impulse comes into the pits, I will assume Apex will stay out for another lap. We'll see what happens as they come past the pits this time around.
Not sure what fully triggered that safety car. I know Sass retired, but she should have been ghosted towards the lap cars, so not too sure what happened. As Impulse, both of them are pitting.
Both coming into the pits. We'll see what happens here. The potential for one of them to jump the other in the pits.
This will allow Jim Bobster potentially to get into the lead.
pit boxes are right next to each other for the Aston Martin and the McLaren team.
And he's going to have to wait for the McLaren.
Apex getting held there as the McLaren goes past, so Impulse maintains that lead coming out of the pits.
Yeah, Gimbelson not close enough there.
As I believe he may have just clipped the wall coming out of the pits there. I don't see any visible wing damage, but I think
look.
there might have been a bit of contact.
It's your favourite safety car again.
It's my favourite safety car.
Don't you
Lovely
love
old
it?
McLaren. McLaren? Mercedes.
McLaren.
That's what I mean, it's because I'm spectating a McLaren.
There you go. 2 red cars in the top 4, well, top 3, top 4, if you want to count the safety car.
Okay, so the race will be neutralised for a couple of laps as they follow the safety car around until that incident is cleared. I would imagine the safety car will be coming in fairly soon, as it looks like the AlphaTauri has been cleared off the track.
Assassin and POR Ben are having a little argument in Discord. So I'm just going to remind them of
There's an massive argument forming in the Discord between Riki, Assassin and
I like
POR Ben.
Assassin's response.
This AlphaTauri saying someone has hit her off of the track, causing her to retire, which is quite unfortunate for them.
Let's have a look in steward inquiries, so...
Has anything been sent to the stewards yet? There
Yes.
has been, from Harrison, covering the race start.
Sass is very sad.
I would be very sad if I retired from the race as well. I would also be very sad if I got given the record of 100% DNF rate in the FVC, which is quite unfortunate for her.
It's fine. Innocent was either hit by Jim or Riki.
Cars are properly stacking up now, as we're under the safety car. There's not a lot of space being given.
No, this is like going to Tesco's car park as soon as it opens.
I'm expecting to see some penalties here given under the safety car, as a lot of them are quite close to each other. So far, no contact under the safety car.
No. Kramer has not pitted, and he's probably going to stick on those medium tyres for the rest of the race. Unless he has another set. Oh, that's close. Yeah, Riki does get a penalty for that.
For collision with Kramer.
Yeah. There was braking happening from Kramer due to other cars, and then Riki slowed down. Sam drives coming up. Rouge did not see it.
Thunder Salika asking Kramer if he can have a little bit more of a gap behind under the safety car, saying he needs a little bit of room to brake. You can see why. Kramer is almost side by side with him under the safety car. There is... No, I thought I saw an Alpine there with wing damage. Apparently I'm seeing things.
Yes, I've not seen that. Right.
He's lost his wing once already in this race, but currently he's fine.
Currently
After having a
is the
5-second
key word.
penalty.
But that Alpine is stuck in a Williams, a little sandwich, so Team Games could play in to get Sam drives back into those points position.
Not entirely sure why Kramer's tagging me. I've just dropped my phone.
I'm having
AI.
a look.
Sorry.
I'm having a look at any. Oh, that was. Safety car in the
Safety
lap.
car in this lap.
It's going to be quite interesting. I'm turning my phone off. Actually,
Let's
no, I
have a
need my
look
phone on.
at this restart then. So,
I'll go at the back.
Impulse in the McLaren leads from Apex, who leads from Jim Bobster in the Ferrari, Blah Yappa in 4th, and the second McLaren of F1 SV5 in P5 as they come around the bus stop chicane.
Ricky.
Apex side by side with Impulse.
Ricky and
gets a
Graham
good
have
start.
a second time penalty.
Jim Bobster there making a move down the inside of LS Apex. LS Apex comes back at him, side by side currently. Blah Yappa not having the best restart, being overtaken by the McLaren of F1 SV5. That's somebody into the wall. That looks like Jim Bobster.
And
That
is
Jim Bobster in the Ferrari. Somehow that isn't a retirement. I thought he would have been out of the race, but he's just lost his front wing, so he will still be in this race with a chance to come back.
Yeah, looking at what I'm seeing on this onboard, Riki has either got a very bit good fit. Riki's just caused a little bit of a crash there. Just got quite a lot of aggression.
Apex spinning as well.
And that's a penalty. That's a penalty.
What just happened there?
Graham just shoved Riki into the wall.
F1 SV5 caught up in that by the looks of things. Apex backwards off of that corner. Where's he gone? Into the wall.
He's gone. Oh. Where's he gone on track? Down in 11th.
He's alive. No wing damage by the looks of things. Somehow, after all of that, he still has a front wing.
That is quite impressive. That is on my stream if you want to click that after the race of Riki and Gramer. But what I was trying to say is Riki looked very aggressive coming after being overtaken and getting that second time penalty under the safety car and then getting another one, and then yeah, it was just very aggressive, and then he was about to overtake Gramer, and then Gramer was like, no.
There's a lot of aggression coming from Riki Racer there, who's just had a bit of an incident. As we just mentioned with the Williams of currently F5 Gramer. I'm assuming that will be investigated after the race just to see what exactly happened.
Yeah,
F1
just looking
SV5
at it.
there, getting caught up in something. Not entirely sure what happened, but he's just come out of the pits on a fresh set of mediums.
Looking at the Gramer incident, as soon as I saw it, you know, I screamed penalty, because that is 100% needing investigation. That was probably the dirtiest move of the season, or since we had Bayless. We're gonna have a nice little pit lane battle here with Riki and Jim Bobster. And Innocent has spun out.
Bit of a spin there. Yeah, from the Alfa Romeo of TSQ Innocent. Unfortunate for him, he's got a fresh set of soft tyres on. Can he make those last 10 laps? I would imagine so.
Jim Bobster got a pace advantage, that's the word. But yeah, DRS enabled this lap. Jim Bobster got a pace advantage on Riki, but not being able to make it work at the moment.
So here we go. Impulse still in the lead. 2.7 second advantage from him after Apex getting into the wall a little bit. He'll be happy with that.
Pixels just overtook Gramer. Now Gramer will have DRS on this back straight. Both of them going off the track, just trying to get that little bit of advantage. It's going to be Gramer going on the inside, and will make the move stick before the braking zone. And the yellow flag in sector 1, which is Apex.
It's Apex.
There's no front wing damage by the looks of it.
Front wing, Yeah, that's correct. The front wing does look to be intact on that Aston Martin, but something's happened there causing yellow flag. He is currently being chased down by F1 SV5. Still a couple of seconds back, but any more instance and he may lose that position as well and be out of the points almost.
Apex has gone from 0 to 0 in about 2 laps, from being in the history books to the no books.
If Apex had have taken the win here today, he would have been tied with the record for the most consecutive wins, with 3 wins in a row for the Aston Martin driver. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like that record will be broken today, as he's currently down in P9.
You never know. He could make it, but I'm going to go on board with Thunder Salika, who will have DRS on the main straight, not be able to make it work on Blayapa, but Blayapa will have to be hunted down again on this back straight if none of them spin out up Radion and Aru. Which they don't. Thunder Salika, DRS wide open, goes to the inside and gets the move down.
Yeah, AlphaTauri there of Blayapa, you can just see on the onboard from Thunder Salika, you can see he's run out of ERS. You can see the red light on the back of that car flashing. It means he was using all of the ERS that he had available to try and defend from the Alfa Romeo, but it just wasn't enough. On those hard compound tyres, he is at a pace disadvantage to Thunder Salika, who is on those mediums currently.
We'll have to see what happens with them two during the race, battling out for P2 as Rosenquist overtakes Pixels and Jim Holster sets the fastest lap on mediums.
Tim Pulse going very wide there through that corner. How do we have any close battles? We do.
Jim Bobster
Ricky Racer and
Ricky.
Jim Bobster. Probably one of our closest battles so far. Unfortunately, it's a battle for last place. However, it is a fight. The Alpine will have DRS down the main straight. Not looking to make a move just yet. They go side by side into the corner.
Oh.
Jim Bobster gets a nudge as Ricky Racer goes past.
Just a friendly nudge, you know.
It was well held from the Ferrari of Jim Bobster there. He got a little bit sideways through that corner, but managed to keep a hold of it, and he's still keeping on the back of that Alpine. He hasn't lost too much time.
Potentially, Riki thinks he's racing a Peugeot. Because if you've not seen a Top Gear episode where the Peugeots with Clarkson and May collide, that's what Riki did. So, just letting him know that he is there.
Not too many close battles at the moment. There is a bit of a train from P1 down to P4. They're all relatively close to each other.
And then you've got who's just Jim Bobster's overtaken. Jim's out.
Jim Bobster retiring. Riki also in the wall. Presumably contact between the two of them.
I could not say. I saw Riki overtake Jim, so I went on board, and then you just had a spinning Ferrari. So
would have been quite nice if we had have managed to capture that on stream, because any clips captured on stream here are quite helpful to provide a second angle for the stewards.
absolutely.
That will definitely be investigated after the race, as it's resulted in the unfortunate retirement of Jim Bobster, who was looking quite good this race. Qualified well, started the race quite well, but unfortunately is ended in retirement for him.
All I gotta say is, if anybody predicted this, top 3 as it stands as your finished result, then you have won the jackpot, because this is something I would never imagine.
It's a 3-second time penalty for LS Apex there. This race has gone from bad to worse from him.
Yeah.
So
Not enough negative words to describe how his performance has gone, unfortunately for him.
Sam drives there, just getting past the AlphaTauri of Blayappa.
Raymer has gone on to softer tyres with 6 laps to go.
6 laps to go, he could be at quite a good pace advantage there for the last couple of laps if he pushes at 100% pace on those softs. He might just be able to get a good finishing position. Currently inside the points, which is good for him. But he will be hoping for a higher finish than 9th.
Well, he's gained 5/10 already on Apex, just coming out of the pit lane, so it looks like he could be good, as that's innocent. He has spun round again and
TSQ,
retired.
he's lost his front wing and he has decided to retire from this race. That is a voluntary retirement, that is not terminal damage for him.
Yeah. Riki is pitting onto a soft tyres as well.
So currently 5 retirements with 11 drivers still in. Thunder Salika takes the fastest lap on those mediums as he starts to close the gap to the McLaren of Impulse. This could be a fight for the lead in the last few laps.
Kramer now on the back completely of Apex, and we'll have DRS on the main straight, so we'll see what he can do.
So here we go. Kramer just giving Apex a nudge there as they come into the bus stop. Kramer will have DRS. Apex is also completely out of ERS. Red light flashing on the back of his car. He won't have much ERS left to defend with as we head into Eau Rouge. What can Kramer do as we come onto the straight? Both cars keeping it together through Eau Rouge. Kramer looking for a move now, just nudging wheels there with LS Apex. He is passed.
Now he's got 8.5 seconds to go to catch up to F1 Scott in P7, who is a ghost. So
looks like Scott may have disconnected from the race at some point. It looks like the AI is driving for him.
done a very good job, that AI, because all I've seen is P7 constantly, so good job.
Most consistent driver this race. Congratulations.
Yeah. He can have the Driver of the Day award. We'll have to interview his AI.
We'll have to interview the AI there if F1 Scott will jump on board with Blayappa now into the bus stop as he looks for a move on Sam Drives. Not quite getting past there.
Thunder Salika close to the back of Impulse and will have DRS up the back straight, hopefully, if he doesn't mess up Radion and Aruj.
He will be very close, the closest anyone's been to that McLaren in a while. McLaren of Impulse, they're almost getting a little bit lonely out in the lead after Apex had an unfortunate incident. Thunder Salika is fast.
Very easy move, and Gramus, that's the fastest lap of the session, with 1:45.4, giving him 5 points as it stands.
If I know Impulse, he will not be giving up right now. Thunder Salika may be past him. There is still laps to go in this race. He will not be giving up. He will be fighting with everything he has for that win. As Riki Racer is getting lapped there, he goes ghosted, so that won't provide too much of an issue for our drivers. Gap's closed down just a little bit to 6/10 now. Just under 5.5 tenths. These drivers fairly evenly matched on tyres. Both drivers on the medium compound tyre. Thunder Salika having one more lap driven than that of Impulse.
Blayappa and Sam Drives, they are having a very good battle going all the way through the lap, basically. Blayappa can have the slipstream. You wouldn't really call it a back straight, but I would. Sam is swerving all over the place. Blayappa's still trying to look for a move. He'll go for a dive bomb if he doesn't get it done, depending on which way Sam goes. And he will on the outside, and he'll go on the inside, but will stay in P4.
Sam drives having the better exit out of the bus stop, having the better racing line arguably out of the second part of the bus stop there. They're still very close together though, as we head up towards Eau Rouge. What can Bly Yapper do? Is he able to make a move? Because he will have DRS assistance on the back straight. DRS is open for that AlphaTauri. Red light again blinking on the back of that Williams. He's out of ERS. They go side by side into that corner. Sam drive still stays ahead. Sam drive's running a little bit wide there though as we come out. F1's Scott being overtaken by F5 Kramer.
Yeah. That is something we'll have to get used to for a little bit.
And F1 SV5 taking the fastest lap there, as he's just recently changed onto those softs, like a few other drivers. Bly Yapper there with a much better exit coming out of the corner. He will stay right on the back of the Williams of Sam drives, where he has been for quite some time.
Yeah. I was just having a look at the drives we could interview, and I've made a shortlist. So, by a shortlist I mean I've decided. You just have to agree, because I'm your boss. Ooh, getting very close there.
Oh! That's unfortunate
What
from
has happened?
Impulse. Just getting oversteer coming out of the bus stop there.
Rosenquist has lost it. Has no front wing damage by the looks of it. He does, he has an end plate missing.
We'll keep it out of the wall. Unfortunately now the gap is almost 3 seconds to Thunder Salika, so he might be staying in second place for now. Still comfortable lead from third, but he will be quite annoyed with himself for losing that.
Sam
Here we go
Price
then.
still trying to defend on Bly Yapper, and he still is.
Still
He
the
loves to
battle
go.
goes on.
Apex on close to getting P8, but he nearly loses it. Going up the famous hill, which we all know. Yapper still close to Sam drives then. Will he make a move? No.
Sam drives running a little bit wide there. So these two are still absolutely glued together. Zealous Apex makes it past the Mercedes with F1 Scott.
Oh, and someone has spun off there, and that is Rosenquist once
That
again.
is Rosenquist. Unfortunately, he's just come out of the pits to put those fresh soft tyres on. Presumably cold tyres mixed with some of the curbs here. Not a very good mix, and
Bly Yapper's overtaken Sam drives.
he has indeed. Sam drives going right off the track there.
And he has overtook Bly
Sam
Yapper
drives
off the track.
rejoins ahead of Bly Yapper. Bly Yapper down the inside of Sam drives as Sam drives goes wide once again. He will stay, will rejoin now behind the AlphaTauri of Bly Yapper. Still only about 3/10 separate the two of them, so the battle is not quite done yet.
Here we go, DRS then. Gonna get in front.
Sam drives
No battle there.
back ahead of the AlphaTauri. Not much of a fight there from the AlphaTauri.
Yeah, the AlphaTauri probably doesn't want to waste too much time. Just try and get this move done on the final lap and keep that P3 for himself.
Do we have many other close battles happening currently? Not really. There's Rosenquist going slowly again.
Bly Yapper, side by side with Sam drives, not able to make a move. That is the wrong button.
These
And
two
this is the
still
chance.
all over each other.
Yeah, this
There's
is
another yellow flag for Rosenquist.
lovely. I've turned the UI off, and this is a wonderful battle. So on to the final lap then for these two drivers. Bundesliga in the lead with a 2-second gap. But if he can just get this final lap done, he will win the race after some controversial moments.
Quite a controversial moment indeed from last race. He finishes in first position on track, but unfortunately after penalties are applied he will be demoted down to P7. This
Pixels
race
letting
could well
past
be
Apex then.
redemption for him as there's a little bit of team orders going on there at Aston Martin. LS Apex being let through.
From the interviews last week, we know Apex is the first team driver, so he called that
was
himself.
confirmed.
Yeah, we're not making
Also,
that up, everyone.
Apex.
Pixels is gonna go for a move. No, he's gonna stay behind.
No, he won't fight his teammate too hard now. At the end of the day, Apex in the fight for the championship, currently in the lead. Sam Drives would be his closest rival, who's currently in P3.
Bigger points then for
I
Sam.
believe Apex will stay in the lead of the Drivers' Championship, even with Sam Drives finishing in third after the race victory.
But it's not
Last
over
time
yet,
out at
as
Monza.
Fundasalika will win the race as he goes inside of Riki Racer's AI. Or
As we come
car.
over the line, it will be Thunder Salika taking the win, followed by Impulse in second.
This is Blyappa's final chance. He's going to make a late move. Will Blyappa get it on the final lap? Sam
Very
Drives.
close battle. Sam Drives
It's going to
just
stay
ahead. Separated by a little over 1/10 of a second. Sam Drives just beats out that AlphaTauri of Blyappa there. Both drivers there fighting
F5
most of the
Gramer.
race. Gramer brings it home in P5. A good day out for the Williams pairing.
Yeah. P3 and 5 is probably the best points they've had for a long time, so they'll deserve that.
Aston Martin's now bringing it across the line in P6 and P7. Decent points for them, but Apex will probably be quite unhappy with the race result, as he was fighting for the lead at one point during this race. So to finish out the top 10, it will be F1 Scott in P8, F1 SV5 in P9. Rosenquist finishes out your top 10 in P10, and it will be Riki Racer a lap down, finishing in P11.
Oh, another controversial race, you must say. A lot of decisions. Sam Drives may not keep that P3 after overtaking Blyappa off track. No, not Pixels. Gramer may get a penalty. A lot of drivers may get penalties, sadly.
There was some questionable driving standards from a couple of drivers during this race. There is quite a lot of arguments going down in the Discord server currently. I imagine the stewards will be working overtime, trying to figure out just what happens, as driver of the day is awarded to the Williams of F5 Gramer.
What a
very good race for him.
This debut from F5 Gramer gonna be the cousin of F1 Gramer, surely. As there's Fundasalika with a trophy to go home, and Sam Drives must be deserving that podium, or felt like he deserved it. So to round up and to give you your results, it's going to be Fundasalika who is in first with Impulse and Sam Drives, an all-British podium there. Blyappa in fourth with Gramer in fifth, living his lonely life. In sixth we have LS Apex, Hero to Zero in a number of laps with his teammate Pixels right behind him. as team orders. F1 Scott then in 8th, the AI of him did very well until got overtaken by Apex. Toxic Assassin in 9th, and it's McLaren with Rosenquist in the Haas. Haas get their first points as Toxic Assassin has the fastest lap of the race, and then the Ricciardo was the final actual drive to finish, and then the rest were all DNF.